crazed mode that they were in last game, and you're right there around the even mark going into the final minute of the first quarter.
And at the other end, Starks called for the foul to put Jordan on the line. The Knicks are over the limit. John Starks and Michael Jordan, who are not the best of friends, coming off the play in this series, and at times during the regular season, began game one with not talking at each other. Minimum of trash talk. It got to heat up a bit in game two, and in game three, we saw that melee break out that led to the departure, the ejection of John Starks, but I don't think they've said a word to each other, at least to this point.
You know, it was interesting, the near melee in game three, when we talked to Starks yesterday, he said, I don't really know what he was saying, and then when Ahmad spoke to Michael Jordan just prior to the game, I asked Ahmad, what did Michael say that was going on? And Ahmad said, Michael didn't know what was being said, so the two of them were ready to fight, nobody knew what the other had said.
Just the facial expressions got each annoyed. Greg Anthony has checked in for the first time. Anthony replacing Rivers. Shot clock at 7. Here's Ewing. Sir Ewing goes outside against Stacey King, who just checked in. And the Bulls lead 27-26. Jordan for 3. Yes! Michael Jordan with 17 points. That's his second from downtown. I think Pat Riley will make the point that he's getting too much room. He's been able to find daylight with those three-point attempts. Starks now with a three-pointer, and John Starks with the answer. It's a shooting duel between Jordan and Starks. Starks has 13. The Bulls by 1, and they'll hold for a final shot as this first quarter winds down.
If Jordan can create, you'll have Pippen and Armstrong on the wings to try and make shots in the end.
And here is Armstrong from the wing. The basket counts and a foul. Greg Anthony called on that personal.
When you feel it, like Michael Jordan does this afternoon, you have the confidence to come down in transition and take a three and make it. And then a little change at the other end of the floor. Starks, finding himself wide open, gets an opportunity to come right back with his three. Last shot of the quarter for Chicago, a wide open B.J. Armstrong, who came off a double screen down low. The feeder, Michael Jordan.
B.J. Armstrong, 5 for 10, 11 points, 27 minutes here on Saturday. He has had a good series, although he was a forgotten man in game 1 and then picked it up in game number 2. He's trying to complete a three-point play with 2.5 seconds to go in this first quarter. The Bulls with a three-point lead. The Bulls lead 33-29. Pressure on the inbounds. Anthony fires from the backcourt. So that's the end of the first. A terrific opening quarter here in Chicago. Michael Jordan, 6 for 12 for 17. John Starks has hit 3 from downtown. He has 13. And it's the Bulls 33, the Knicks 29.
In our open this afternoon, we mentioned that for New York to compete, they had to have both factors, Ewing and Starks, involved if they were going to have a chance. Well, right now, those two players have scored 23 of the 29 points for the New York Knicks. And is it a concern to the Chicago Bulls? Well, that's an isolated camera that will follow John Starks around the entire afternoon so that they can give that tape to all the players that will guard him during the course of the game. I had mentioned earlier that Cartwright took his tape home last night of his play against Patrick Ewing. A little concerned by Chicago about John Starks, so a couple players will get a tape this evening.
Starks surveillance by the Chicago Bulls, and both Starks and Jordan have bounced back here in game 4. Substitutions for the Bulls. Trent Tucker, John Paxson, Scott Williams come on for the first time, and they find the open man, Tucker, for 3. Well, this is similar to what we saw on Saturday. The Bulls able to find the open perimeter people. Rebounded by Scott Williams.
And similar to Saturday, Phil Jackson went with a small unit. Trent Tucker immediately hit a 3 in that game. Again, this afternoon, he knocks out another 3.
Biggest lead of the game. Chicago by 7. Trent Tucker, the one-time New York Knick, now being guarded by Anthony Mason as the shot clock rolls down to 4. Tucker went down and lost it.
Almost looked as if his left knee gave way as he's right there, went down. I thought he had hurt his left knee.
There wasn't too much handling of the ball by Trent Tucker. That time it led to the turnover. Shot clock at 10. Starks lost the grip.
Another reason Tucker is out here is to play defense against John Starks and give Michael Jordan a break defensively.
Jordan squeezing his way. The save. Nice save by Smith. Anthony saves it again. Crowd wanted to travel. Anthony had it knocked away. Smith on the recovery. Not a very pretty sequence, but Pat Riley will gladly accept the end result.
Take the scores whatever way you can get them.
Bulls lead 36-31. Knicks shot 12 for 20 from the field in the first quarter. And the Bulls 13 for 28. So good shooting all around. Stacey King squaring up against Patrick Ewing. John Paxson went down and a foul is called. Anthony Mason picks up his first.
What looks like is going to be another turnover at the last second. Greg Anthony able to come up with it. Saves it. Avoids another turnover against really what would have been an unforced error that time on the outlet pass.
Phil Jackson going with the combination of Stacey King, Scott Williams, and a three-guard alignment. Michael Jordan, John Paxson, and Trent Tucker. Paxson had the terrific shooting performance in Game 3, 5 out of 7 for 14 points, which represents a season high for John, who's come back from a couple of knee operations. 3-second violation. And a timeout has been taken. Scott Williams arguing the call with Darryl Garrettson. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back to Chicago Stadium. Game 4 of the Eastern Conference Final. The Knicks leading it 2-1. Back in Game 1 at Madison Square Garden, John Starks with 25 points. Knicks in command off the boards, and they win 98-90. In Game 2 in New York, Charles Oakley had the solid all-around performance. The Knicks with that good run in the third quarter, they won 96-91. And this past Saturday, as the scene shifted to Chicago, despite the 3 for 18, Michael Jordan did have 11 assists, 8 rebounds, and he led his club to the victory. Scottie Pippen also had a big game, 10 of 12 for 29. Michael now sitting down. Pippen has returned. 2 minutes gone by in the second. The Bulls 36, the Knicks 31. Mason posting up on Williams. Anthony Mason to the fadeaway for his second field goal. And the Knicks are now within 3 points. Guarded by Anthony. Tucker being played by Starks. Here's Pippen getting inside. That's his second field goal. Chicago 38, New York 33. Trent Tucker is a very good defensive player, and he is now going up against John Starks. Ewing showing a quick release to again bring the Knicks within 3.
And you can see New York trying to force more pick-and-roll situations, something that they got away from, or whether you give Chicago credit for better defense in Game 3. New York didn't use the pick-and-roll as much in Game 3. They're back to it here this afternoon.
Nice tip by King. So Stacey able to follow up on that initial shot from the baseline. And the Bulls lead 40-35. The overplay, and it deflected off Ewing. Good play by Stacey King.
Stacey King has given Patrick Ewing 3 or 4 different looks down in the post area. The previous trip down, he fronted Patrick Ewing. That time he started on the top side, ran around behind him, came around on the baseline side, and it broke Ewing's concentration, and then a turnover.
Ewing has played well. Sits down, leads with 12 points. He's hit 5 out of 7. Anthony not allowing Paxson any room at all. Here's Scott Williams. Rebounded by John Starks. backing up on the dribble as he was met